Hello, everybody. This is Dean Regan, living in concert with life, and Rich Smith, the infinite filmmaker. And together, we are Rich and Dean.
Yeah, there we go. So, quick little broadcast just to reach out, let you know how our day went. Oh, man. I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed. I had a full day of work today, which is really good. You know, as a freelancer, you want to get as much work as you can. So that was great. On the downside, I did it was a legal job. And, yeah. What do you want to talk about today, Dean?
Okay, so here's the deal. Rich is coming to the party tonight. He's had a full day of work, and he's actually fairly...
burnt out.
He's burnt out, but feeling a sense of concern, I would say sadness, and out of alignment because he experienced some materials today in the course of his workday that were really disturbing.
Yeah. So that's a great thing. Let's talk about that. What do you do when something occurs and just throws you off? I remember I was reading Carlos Castaneda, The Teachings of Don Juan, and it was about this guy, psychologist, was a psychologist, going to Mexico. He meets this Yaqui Prusia Indian who was a healer. And so what happened is he had to take, he started off taking peyote just to shock him out of his present reality so that he could learn more spiritual principles. It's a very spiritual book. Anyways, there was one scene when he's walking down the street, a busy little street in Mexico, and all of a sudden the Bruja pushes him into a room, into a door, and he falls in and he's looking around and there's people there and he's like all confused and he ends up just getting up and walking out. He goes, "Why'd you do that to me?" And it was like, how did you feel when that happened? It's when all of your stuff that you think you have your life in order and everything's understandable, you can understand everything, then boom, something happens that throws you off. What do you do?
Well, what did you do?
What did I do? Oh, God, I haven't had time to just be still with it. It was very disturbing. It was a legal case, and it was a pit bull that bit a little child's face. They had pictures and everything up on it. And it was just horrifying. And I'm very compassionate. So I was feeling what the mom was feeling, a little 5-year-old. And so it just threw me off. I mean, you know, it's like, whoa, what do you do with this? What do you do with these emotions and these feelings? You talk about them on New Thought Tuesday.
Well, see, that's the thing. The first thing that you said is, I haven't had time yet to sit and be still. And so I would bring up that the idea of requiring time to sit and be still is actually just embracing the idea of, okay, how is this happening for me? Okay, yes, Dean, I know. But taking a moment, I always go to the breath. I always go to the breath. And then that empathy that you have, which is such a wonderful thing when we have this empathy and we're feeling such a sense of empathy and sadness or outrage or disdain or just pain. These are all wonderful things that we get to feel. I immediately go to praying for the highest and the best good for all involved.
Yeah.
The highest and the best for I'm not going to go into the specifics of what you were talking about because I actually don't want to reverberate that any farther. Just going for the highest and best for all of the people involved, knowing that this particular activity is unfolding in a way that is revealing their highest and best good, their highest and best health, their highest and best association with one another, and that in this conflict, because they've taken it into a legal situation where there's clearly conflict, that this conflict is resolved with ease and grace, and that unbelievable gifts come from this, gifts that would not be imaginable, and that you, Rich, are providing a service, your talents and skills, expressing your service from a place of love and empathy. And you begin, we're all part of the whole plan, but you then will more mindfully involve yourself in this plan. So when we get knocked upside the head, something and pushed through a door, as you're saying, into a whole different environment, something that we were not suspecting, stop, take a breath.
Yeah.
Say a prayer. And what you did, as we both do, we brought it into our spiritual practice, in our spiritual collaboration that we have. And so rather than pushing it aside, we're using it tonight. We're bringing it to folks who will hopefully be uplifted, and there will be a certain aha that will come to anybody and everybody that listens to this post.
Yeah. That's great. Thanks, Dean. I guess what I would do when I have time to be still and to just go within is do a little treatment for these people involved. And so just recognizing that we're all interconnected. There's one thing happening here, infinite intelligence expressing itself individually, uniquely as each and every one of us, and that the highest good for all involved is being called forth right here and right now, knowing that everybody is taken care of. There is no iniquity, pain, suffering in the mind of the infinite. So we call forth peace, the peace that passes understanding for each and every person involved in this case, for the animals that are involved in this case, for the parents, and for the attorneys, just everybody for the highest good of all involved, we call forth peace. And that's what I can call forth for myself, peace. I call forth peace with this so that I can feel a peace with it, knowing that it's all good because it's all God. It's all unfolding in perfect order, and that that life, there's one life, one power, one presence, one life. That life is perfect. That life is God. That life is our life now. And so it is. So I feel better. I feel better. You can't help when things happen around you. Things go wrong. Things happen. Dogs bite a child. These things happen. But you just have to just find the highest good, which is, I don't know what these people's highest good is out of this, but mine was that I can feel peace with this, So I don't go to bed tonight thinking about all these images and pictures in my head and worrying about the people. Just knowing that God's on the battlefield right here, right now, taking care of everything.
And it is not up to us to know.
And even they spoke today about just settling this thing and getting it done. So that was good. Let's settle it. Let's get it done. Yeah.
Just remember, it's not up to us to know what the highest and best good is. That's a launching into the universal mind to allow that this is our intention, and that gets filled in by the infinite intelligence of that higher power, that goodness, and that you and as you're saying, your awareness, your sleep, that all gets involved in this highest good concept, this highest good intention, this highest good prayer, and you went right into it. I closed my eyes, I'm right with you. So, and so it is, amen.
So it is. That's great. Okay, this was just a quick little broadcast, and we come to you every Tuesday, New Thought Tuesdays, on Facebook and Clubhouse at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Dean's on the East Coast, I'm on the West Coast, and we come together. Used to be once a week, now it's every day. So it feels good. So it feels good to reach out.
Thanks for being here. Thank you for sharing your truth for today, Rich. That's very important. It's Rich and Dean signing out.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate